What does babbling in deaf infants teach us about language? Imagine watching a baby play with their hands, making repetitive shapes and movements, and wondering what it all means. Babies learn to communicate in many ways, and babbling is a key part of that process. When we look at deaf infants, their babbling can look quite different from hearing babies, but it still teaches us a lot about how language develops. Babbling in deaf infants usually starts around the same age as hearing infants, around 6 months old. Instead of making sounds with their voice, they often use their hands to create repetitive movements and shapes. This manual babbling looks similar to vocal babbling because it involves rhythm and repetition. It shows that the brain is wired to practice language, whether it's spoken or signed. In hearing babies, babbling involves making consonant and vowel sounds like ba or duh. They relying on hearing themselves to learn how to produce these sounds correctly. Deaf infants, however, don't get auditory feedback, so their vocal babbling often decreases around 7 to 10 months. Instead, they focus on manual babbling, which involves repetitive hand movements and shapes that are the building blocks for sign language. These gestures are their way of practicing language, just like vocal babbling is for hearing babies. This teaches us that language learning isn't just about hearing sounds. It's about practicing communication in ways that make sense for each child. For deaf infants, visual and manual experiences are just as important as hearing sounds for developing language skills. When caregivers encourage sign language and respond to their manual babbling, it helps children understand that their hand movements are meaningful. This support helps them develop language skills at a healthy pace. Encouraging babbling in deaf infants means recognizing their manual gestures as early attempts at communication. Responding with child-directed signing, like using simple signs during play and daily routines, reinforces their efforts. This interaction aligns with typical milestones where babbling becomes the foundation for words, whether spoken or signed. Overall, babbling in deaf infants shows us that language is flexible and can develop through different sensory channels. It highlights the importance of early exposure to language, whether through sound or sign, and the role of responsive communication. Supporting their manual babbling helps children build strong language skills and confidence in expressing themselves.